you look closely during the Super Bowl halftime show on Sunday, you will see signs of upstate New York. A deaf rapper who studied at RIT in Rochester will take the stage with Dr. Dre, Eminem, and others. And when he does, he'll make history. It was that song that would change Sean Forbes' life. He first recorded himself performing Eminem's Lose Yourself while studying at RIT's National Technical Institute for the Deaf.
I always tell people I was born in Rochester, Michigan, but I really discovered myself in Rochester, New York.
Didn't lose it from the music too loud.
The Michigan native and deaf rapper went home to the Detroit area and was able to show the performance to Eminem himself. The two formed a bond.
I have met Marshall many times. We worked in the same building for several years. We used a lot of the same sound engineers. It's a very small family.
So when the NFL wanted to use sign language interpreters during the halftime show for the first time ever, Forbes got the call.
I'm just living in this dream right now. I don't know if you saw, but I met Dr. Dre last night.
Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar will perform Sunday night. Forbes and fellow deaf rapper Warren WaWa Snipe will sign along.
It's really important to me to really present who they are. That's nothing for me to do that because all of them have influenced me, over the past 30 years.
The musical and historic moment won't be lost on Forbes.
The connections that are being made here, I feel like are going to, open up so many doors for the deaf community, for music access, for captioning. I mean, we're pushing conversations that need to happen.
But one conversation he won't have is spilling any halftime show secrets.
I know everything. All I'm going to say about this halftime show is it is going to be historic. There's no question about it.
Oh gosh, he's got such energy. You can see his performance during Sunday night's halftime show right here.
Thank you, Peter. Stress, exhaustion, fatigue, 3 words that sum up how so many of our teachers have felt as the pandemic stretched on and on. And now more than ever, teachers are leaving the profession. A new initiative could invite more people to fill this vital role, but will it be enough to stem the flow of teachers out the door? Our Connor White has more on this crisis in the classroom.
He's a good boy.
It's a school night.
He's a good boy.
And Shannon Vasquez is catching her breath after a day at her dream job.
I loved my 3rd grade teacher. Ever since then, I was just like, I want to be that teacher.
Shannon has been that person for 6 years, serving as a special education teacher at Maroon Elementary in Phoenix.
Smiles and small moments and laughter. That's all we're trying to do in the classroom right now.
She says even with the support of her district, an already stressful job led to feelings of total burnout in the pandemic.
There is a culture of selflessness in education.
After teaching for 12 years in Cortland, Jen Rafferty now works to help teachers manage their stress.
Everyone's just trying to push through and soldier on, and we physically can't do that anymore.
The New York State Union of Teachers estimates that New York will need 180,000 new teachers over the next decade, estimating that enrollment in education programs in New York has dropped by 53% since 2009.
And we're about to have a bigger shortage.
Nicole Capsello, president of the Syracuse Teachers Union, sits on a national task force trying to address the teacher shortage.
Attaining teacher certificates, we've made that nearly impossible in New York State.
The Syracuse City School District partners with both Syracuse University and New York University to help students obtain a master's degree, required to teach in New York with no tuition cost. Onondaga Community College starting an apprenticeship program with the Syracuse City School District to get students hands-on experience as teachers in the classroom. Fulton, East Syracuse, Manoa, and North Syracuse taking on similar programs through grants from the State Teachers Union.
And so what we try to do is really build support, and that's what we're trying to do through our Take a Look at Teaching initiative, which is one of our solutions, is to kind of build that excitement around what it's like to be a teacher.
Excitement that can be hard to find.
And we're told, just keep doing, just keep doing.
Thank you for joining us on the Super Bowl Sunday, Lieutenant Malinowski. We're so happy to have you with us this morning.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday as well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Another busy week for Syracuse police. At the beginning of this week, a lot of chaos at Fowler High School. Teenagers fighting and one was stabbed. A lot of parents upset, angry at the fact that that weapon was even brought inside despite having police officers and metal detectors inside.
Oh yeah, it's definitely unfortunate that we've seen a weapon introduced in the school and then involved in a fight. And anytime we have one of our youth stabbed, it's obviously pretty concerning, especially for the students and the parents. Now, I do know that there's metal detectors and bag checks in place, but no system's ever going to be 100%. And whether that knife was snuck in through a window or somebody pushed open a door to allow that knife to come in, those are, it's a small chance, but it's a chance of it happening. But I think that at least for one thing as parents, that we can do is make sure that we're having those conversations with our children and know that if they are carrying knives, what are the consequences if they use a knife in a fight, how it gets elevated from a simple fist fight to a stabbing that quickly if you decide to carry that knife. And also, I think we really need to stress the importance of, you are obligated in New York to make that effort to walk away and defuse the situation. So if there's a fight taking place, are you going to take that opportunity to try to calm the situation down or escalate it? But I really think just having that conversation with our youth is a big, important first step. Well,
Lieutenant, a lot of your colleagues across the country are asking people if they have exes in trouble with the law to turn them in.
Yes, that's a very creative way to get people turned in on warrants, but I think it's kind of a cold approach. I don't know how I feel about it, calling in on your Valentine's Day dates or exes, but a creative way to do it, to say the least. But again, obviously, if anyone has a warrant, you can call and give us a tip, but it just seems kind of cold to do it on a holiday like that. Well, don't you think that's kind of cold? I mean, would you call on me if I had a warrant?
I plead the fifth. Now it's time for your tip of the week. This is all about dating safety tips.
We want people to have fun on the special day, but if you happen to find yourself on a date of someone that you don't really know very well, it's important to have some simple date safety tips, but a few small efforts can go a long way. So one of the ones, obviously, is drink safety. It's rare, but it does happen where people will try to pour stuff in your drink. That has a mind-altering effect on you, and then it can cause you to be a victim later on. So obviously, order your drink yourself. Don't take a drink from anyone else, and make sure you keep an eye on it. Don't just leave it open and available when you go to the bathroom or something and leave an opportunity for someone to put something in there. Another big thing is letting family and friends know where you're going, whether you want to share your location on your phone or just agree, I'm going to call you after my dinner at 9 o'clock, but just making sure people know where you are. And the ultimate goal, obviously, we want people to have fun. We want people to be safe. And then, obviously, there's a lot of snacking going on, so try not to eat too much as well.
And I know that you love food. I know that you love food. You are a snack guy. So
yeah, probably 50 things at least.
What is your favorite Super Bowl snack you're looking forward to eating?
Buffalo chicken wing dip for sure.
How did I know that?
Whole barrel of it. Can't wait.
Well, don't eat too much. You need you to come into work on Monday morning. We appreciate you.
I'm going to be blown out of it.
And if you'd like to ask Lieutenant Malinowski a question, feel free to email me at emmyjohnson@sbgtv.com. Lieutenant Malinowski will answer your questions every Sunday on Weekend Today in Central New York.